Leaders, eliminate complexity and find your single source of truth. What do I mean by this? As you're part of a growing organization, things can become more complex. We experienced this at Service Express, have over the years at different levels as we've been growing, and now as we're international, it's more complex. That's also part of the fun of figuring all of that out. But one thing I find here, and I find in talking with other leaders, is that businesses get more complex as they grow. And so you got to really focus on eliminating and reducing that complexity. So how do you do that? For us, one of the things that we're working on right now is we love to measure things, right? We have a data science team. We have our performance measurement system with our scorecards and our ROIs and 515s. They're all great. What I find is over the years, all these measurements have grown. Grow. So now all of a sudden, you're measuring a lot of different things. As we're going to go through and do sort of an audit of those measurements, I guarantee you we're measuring things that don't apply anymore, that we don't really look at anymore, and probably don't tell us much anymore. And so the first thing in reducing complexity is eliminating a lot of those measurements that you don't use. And I think that's the lens that when I look at it. Do I really look at it? Do I really pay attention to it? And am I really using that information? If yes, great, keep it. But if not, got to get rid of it. And the second part is, I think this ties together, is finding that single source of truth. And what happens is when you measure too many things, you have different people looking at different measurements, drawing different conclusions, right? And so, and all good, but they'll have their own theory potentially on what they're looking at. And so you will get, if you have different conversations with different people, you'll get sort of different stories of what's going on. Nobody's doing anything wrong, nothing nefarious going on, that people are trying to do that, but they have their own interpretation of it. And this causes issues. And, and I do this sometimes with our leaders. I'll be like, I hear one story, and I talk to somebody else, I hear another story, and I can't do anything with that. I need one story, one single source of truth, if you will. So you can do that by bringing all the people in the room that have a version of it and talking through it and getting it all on the table, and you can do it that way. But over time, that gets harder to scale too. And I think the other way is you can look at your performance measurement system, eliminate the complexity, reduce what you're actually measuring. So you're only measuring the things that truly impact the business or the organization. And then maybe some of the leading indicators that lead up to those measurements that impact it, because you also want to be looking at leading indicators. And then that's it. Trying to draw. This is challenging, by the way. This is kind of more art than science. This is challenging to do, but it's really important. So then you get the right people looking at the right things, hopefully done right, coming to the same at least, conclusions, and then you get a single source of truth. So those are two things we're focusing on here as we're wrapping up 2021 and looking into 2022 and updating our scorecards and our ROIs and all of the KPIs that we're doing, is we're looking to eliminate complexity and find a single source of truth. And to do that, get you way more focused on the right things that make an impact and watch your organization take off. So do an internal audit, take a look at what you're measuring, how you can eliminate complexity, find that single source of truth, and let me know how it's working for you.